deep left field. Gone! Home runs early, drama late last night. Nick Williams, 2-on, ground ball to first. Doink! Off the post. Oriasmani Grandal, and the Sox win. Nick Williams drives in Nick Madrigal, sort of, which leads us to a brilliant pitching matchup tonight. Giolito Bieber. Well, the strikeout rate is growing in Major League Baseball, and it has for the last decade or so. And these guys are a big part of it recently. Since 2020 started, two of the top four in the American League, Bieber and Giolito, tangle once again in the American League Central. It is the Indians and the White Sox, game number 2 of this 4-game series on a lovely yet chilly night in Chicagoland. And we thank you for joining us once again. Jason Benetti, Steve Stone along with you. I got a pitcher next to me who's been smiling all day, getting ready for Giolito and Bieber.
This is such a great matchup, and we're very excited about this, especially the Sox won last night. They can win the first 2 of the series, but to do that, you got to get by last year's Cy Young Award winner, and Bieber is an outstanding pitcher, but so is Lucas Giolito. You watch the 4-seam curveball combo, and Bieber is right there with Tyler Glasnow. Glasnow had a great performance last night. Trevor Bauer is struggling. Nola's throwing well, and Garrett Cole has been all everything. So those guys can really get it done, and Bieber is right near the top. Lucas Giolito has done just about everything right. His 4-seam changeup combo since 2020 leads the way. DeGrom is right there. Luis Castillo with a great changeup is right in the middle. Woodruff goes tonight. And Luke Weaver is, of course, Luke Weaver. So, Lucas Giolito, one of the real good ones in the game. He's got his work cut out for him. Hopefully the boys can pick up the baseball behind him, because if they do, this one is going to be decided late by the bullpen.
So the question is, who could get the hits tonight? Who might have the power? And the answer is, Jose's are on their way. Abreu and Ramirez in the 3 spots. We'll tell you why they're important, especially tonight. Year twice, Shane Bieber and Lucas Giolito, this is their first time against each other this year, and Jose Abreu, Jose Ramirez may hold the key in the 3 spots today.
I think that really is the key for both teams. If you can hold those guys down, you're going to be in pretty good shape. Then you factor in Reyes, you can hold him down, and then Lucas is going to be in great shape. So we'll take a look at Bieber against Abreu. He's seen him a lot. Usually has some success. We'll take it the other way. He sees the ball everywhere, and you can't pitch these good hitters just one way. If you do, you're going to get hurt. 3 home runs, 4 singles. No doubles, no triples. So it's either going to be short or long. Whatever it is, we prefer the longer of the 2.
This is StatCast presented by Google Cloud. You see Abreu has hit both the breaking stuff and the fastball of Shane Bieber. And then meantime, for Lucas Giolito, as you'd expect, fastball changeup for the most part against Ramirez, who's gotten him a couple times.
Well, with all of the changeups, he pulls the ball a lot against him. Occasionally we'll go the other way, but more times than not, he's going to try to pull Lucas and try to make that as effective as he possibly can. He's had 5 hits, and they've been off a lot of fastballs and the occasional changeup. Pretty much that's what he's thrown the Indians. He will mix in the breaking ball on occasion, but one night he threw 96% fastballs and changeups against this team, and as you can see, with Ramirez, he's going to try to pull the ball.
Against StatCast, powered by Google Cloud, and the big story presented by Mattress Firm. You know what the big story is. It's the guys on the mound, the artists with right hands from the pitcher's mound. They will go against each other. Giolito out first. Here at the ballpark, it's 52 degrees, and there's a chill in the air. It's our player profile. It's presented by Geico. Make it easy, and we're going to make it easy for you tonight. Watch the artists go to work. Giolito and Bieber. They faced off twice last year. Cleveland won both, but they both pitched very well.
One of the keys will be keeping runners off base ahead of, for the Indians, Ramirez. And
Certainty starts here with the original equipment parts from GM Genuine Parts and AC Delco that continuously evolve to meet the needs of today's advanced vehicles.
Say about the insurer on the spot. starting lineup, get your free auto insurance quote, and save in just 2 minutes at insureonthespot.com. This percent of baseballs in play that were 95 miles an hour plus from this lineup so far this year. Franmil Reyes stands out at 66 and change. Ramirez hasn't hit it as hard as he will throughout the year. Jimenez in the 9th spot has a couple of hard hit balls, and Naylor, bunch of lefties in this lineup, and we'll tell you why that matters later.
Lucas Giolito against the Mariners. He went into the 6th inning, only gave up 4 hits. He struck out 10 with 1 walk, and he will get you to swing and miss. That's one of the things he does best. We'll see if he can establish his slider early. The slider, 13 of them he used, the 4-seamer at 52, the changeup at 31. And that slider is something that he threw better the second time out than he did the first time out, and hopefully better again this evening.
Tonight's the night we get 2 aces on the mound. We get an opening day, not guaranteed for the rest of the year. And it's Giolito against Bieber tonight. First batter is Ben Gamel. And off we go from guaranteed rate field. It is a fastball and a strike. And the first inning is brought to you by Toyota.
Love to see Bill Miller calling a high fastball right off the bat, because Lucas lives up there with the fastball, and it helps set up his changeup.
We've seen games against Cleveland where Lucas has basically thrown exclusive.
Anthem Blue Cross.
Specifically, this opponent has seen that.
Yeah, I think that's what they're going to be looking for tonight. Although you can't sit on a changeup, you have to key off his fastball. But I think for that reason, he's going to throw a few more sliders this evening.
That's a fastball again at 91, 1 ball and 2 strikes. And look, there have been times in the first inning Lucas has knocked the velocity down a little bit to get over some fastballs, and he mentioned that the chill in Seattle affected him in that last start.
Well, I think the last fastball shows you that Gamel was looking changeup.
That's a high slider.
Yep.
So Lucas Giolito, since 2019, when he made this major transformation, has kept lefties to a 171 batting average. He is not your typical righty-lefty guy because of that changeup.
Changeup is the old equalizer. It used to be the curveball. Nowadays, it's a straight change.
There it is, strike 3. Ben Gamel does not know what hit him. 1 gone.
Well, he sees a bunch of fastballs, then he sees a high slider, and then he sees the pitch that has baffled the tribe. There's the grip. Got a little sink to it. This is his low change, and it had most of the plate.
Lefties are 1 for 16 against Lucas this season, and Terry Francona has made the decision to load up with lefties today. He's got 4 right-handed bats on the bench. And so I wonder, Steve, if you were a manager with a lot of choices, as Francona has with a couple of switch hitters, how would you load your lineup against Lucas Giolito?
Depends on the right-hand hitters I had available.
Sure, sure.
I mean, he feels there's a couple of switch hitters here that he certainly likes, and Naylor's been hitting the ball hard, so he's in the lineup.
There's a breaking ball and a check swing, and he did go around 0-2, so he's mixing in the slider early in the first 10 pitches.
That's what I think that we would see tonight. This is what Gabe Morales saw, and yes, indeed, he did go around a little too far. Bat head is well out in front of the plate. So 2 sliders early for Lucas doesn't sound like much, but for him, that's a lot of sliders.
2 out of the first 7. That's a fastball / foul.
UI Health brings you the defense, and this is how Tony La Russa is going to put him out there tonight. Nick Williams got left field. Then it's Luis and Adam in the outfield left to right. Yohan, Danny, Nick, and Jose in the infield. Yasmani Grandal, who used his head to big advantage last night. And Lucas Giolito on the hill.
It's the thought that counts.
That got him pretty good.
At AltCare, we care about your well-being and the importance of being well. You deserve access to the best in healthcare. With over 16,000 providers in network, AltCare makes it easy for you to find the local provider you can trust. Our services are focused entirely on you. AltCare's team of local physicians, nurses, dietitians, pharmacists, and more are available to help you navigate the healthcare system to receive the quality care you deserve. We take your healthcare personally because you matter.
I mean, you still have to make good pitches, but you can't get him sitting on one thing. And here's one of those guys that you have to continually move the ball around. Ramirez is that good of a hitter.
ultra-talented guy. And Ramirez, like Lucas Giolito, really remade himself late last decade.
He was just a bit of a punch hitter in the minor leagues, not considered to be a run producer, not considered to be a home run hitter, and he's been both in the major leagues.
Changeup. He didn't like what he saw. It was a strike. I mean, Ramirez, 97 games in 2015. He had 6 home runs. You see this. Percentage of plate appearances with the advantage. Righty-lefty, lefty-righty. Cleveland with all the switch hitters. #1 for years as Lucas throws down low with a changeup. Crowd booed that it wasn't strike 3. They're like, we got up for a 3rd strike. Where is it? On 1 and 2, high target, high fastball.
I think we saw last night the biggest pitch of the night. Bases loaded, nobody out. Evan Marshall falls behind Ramirez 2-0. Comes back to get him, and he got him on a high fastball out of the zone. That's what shows Lucas that Ramirez is probably going to be swinging at that high fastball.
You go change up here?
He's going to go change up.
And he struck him out, way out front. Lucas Giolito, a confident walk to the chilly night at the ballpark, and he now has the 20th strikeout in the 1st inning for White Sox pitchers this year in 11 first innings. Time now for the Insure on the Spot starting lineup for the Sox. Get your free auto insurance quote and save in just 2 minutes at insureonthespot.com. Hard to get percentage leaders in this lineup. Jake Lamb in the 7th spot at 100%. Grandal at over 53%. That's one batted ball for Jake Lamb.
And Luis Robert with the hardest hit ball of the season, 113.6 as Shane Bieber. Last time out against the Royals, he went into the 7th inning, only gave up 3 hits. 12 strikeouts, not bad. Too many walks for him, though.
As we told you in the open, he relies on fastball, curveball for the most part with that slider.
And his 4-seamer, he threw 44
You have
of them.
enough
The
things on
slider,
your plate.
34.
DIY
the
pest
curve,
control
which is a
shouldn't
really
be one
good
of
one
them.
at 20.
Terminix
Changeup's
will
not
take
too
care of
many.
your pest problems so you
2
don't
strikes
have
to
to worry.
Adam Eaton, who is
They
tied for
train local
2nd
technicians,
all-time in White Sox
on-staff
history
entomologists for
with
advanced
9
pest
leadoff home
expertise,
runs. It's
innovative
Tim Raines.
solutions,
Ray Durham
guaranteed
is number
services,
1.
service alerts with on-my-way notifications,
You better get a
24/7.
bunch because Thursday there's a new leadoff hitter.
Yeah, he's only got a couple chances at it. 2 leadoff homers in the same game. 1st inning. A foul ball, left-hand side. Nice play.
Take a look at our UIL defense. This is how Terry Francona is going to put them out there with Rosario, Gamble, and Naylor in the outfield. Ramirez, Jimenez, Hernandez, and Bowers in the infield with Roberto Perez, a fine defender behind the plate. Shane Bieber on the hill. He can wipe you out with that knuckle curveball.
So there's the slider. He actually has a couple different curveballs, too. He'll throw a slower, bigger hook, and then he's got a sharper breaking curve along with the slider.
Well, one of the reasons he likes to keep a lot of the fastballs down is you identify with the level of it. You think it's a fastball, then it dips out of the zone.
Fastball to Eaton. He hits it well left field. Rosario at the wall makes the play. You
Life's
watch it on
better
my
when you're
team down,
under
1
armor.
gone.
Guess that's what American
Good play
Family
by
Insurance is
Rosario.
for. He's the wise
He
choice.
doesn't throw
Save up
as
to
well as he used to,
23%
but he's still a pretty good
in auto
outfield.
insurance
This is a
today.
fastball. It's out away, and Adam Eaton bidding for that elusive 10th leadoff home run. Just misses it.
It will elude him for at least one more day. As Bieber gives a round of applause to Eddie Rosario, who we just can't get him out of this division. Huh?
Nope, and he hit an opposite field home run last night. Started the scoring off.
See, now here's who has it bad against Bieber. The right-handers really do struggle with him. It's an OPS difference of about 65 points, lefty-righty career. It's a really sharp slider that presents itself as a fastball.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at what you believe is a fastball. It's going to be on the outside corner. Then you go out to get it, and it turns out to be 4 inches off the corner.
But we saw that one pretty well. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
The times the Sox have hit him, and they haven't hit him too much, but when they hit him, he gets careless with fastballs.
Yep.
That's the one pitch you have to sit on.
To shortstop. Jimenez has to hurry. He knows it, and he got it there in time for round number 2.
Jimenez is a wonderful defender at shortstop. He came over from the Mets along with Ahmed Rosario. They're both top quality shortstops. They like Jimenez's defense a bit better. They think that Rosario can eventually play center field, and they're trying him out there on occasion.
Once again, a lot of fans have not seen Jose Abreu in person this year, so we're going to get the MVP chant for a long time this year, you feel like, as there's a strike on a fastball from Bieber. And just watch the fastball command from these guys tonight, too. I mean, it's basically, if they're going well, it's exactly where they want to throw it. Came a little further inside. It's a ball and a strike.
Yeah, I like that style of pitching. He goes on the inside corner with the first pitch. Now he's ahead. He goes inside 3 or 4 inches inside, because if Jose gets a bat on that, he's either going to pull it foul or it's going to break his bat.
That's intentional.
Yes.
That's not. 2 balls and a strike.
Jose's having a nice conversation with Roberto Perez.
Well, if Rosario takes the lead off of Bieber in home runs in this game, there is going to be a major shift in the rules of Major League Baseball, because he's playing on his team. That is going to be a base hit. Jimenez tried to do everything he could, and Jose Abreu got enough of it for an infield single, or the edge of the infield.
You know, it's really interesting, the psychology that goes into this matchup. Jose, fresh off the MVP, knows he's one of the best hitters in baseball. He really gets up when he's facing one of the best pitchers in baseball. So I'm looking for some pretty good at-bats tonight from him. And he has more hits off Bieber than anybody. That was his 8th hit. It's pretty impressive.
Love that in an athlete, by the way. Somebody who sees the guy on the mound and says, I'm going to get you even if nobody else can. Yoan Moncada. First pitch foul. When Bieber got knocked around by the Yankees in that wild card round last year, he was missing middle of the plate with the fastball. His fastball command was hazy in the zone, and that's you said it with the breaking balls, and that's happened as well. But when he doesn't spot his fastball, it really is a rather odd day. When it happens, though, he's in trouble.
But it's also not the biggest fastball in the land. You're talking 92 to 94.
It's a big breaking ball, and Bieber's got it to underhand for round number 3. Crash against the Chicagoland area. So is last night on White Sox baseball. Evan Marshall, take it away.
You saw the best version of us, can take, if we had pulled off the lead there, you'd have saw lead 2, and he would have been great. But the real story tonight was Cody. Cody was amazing. That guy has never been in 3-ups before, and he went out there and shoved it against a very, very good team. That's a well-coached team and a good lineup.
Evan Marshall on this bullpen, as in left field, Williams has no play on that first foul ball from Eddie Rosario. That's the bullpen we expected to see and we plan to see for this season.
I think what you're seeing in Cody Hoyer, you're seeing a guy with closer stuff, learning how to use it with each and every passing outing and being trusted with higher leverage situations. You keep on throwing like that, and Tony La Russa is going to realize that he's got a back-end guy out of that pen. I think he's starting to realize it now.
To right field, and that is the first Cleveland base runner, and it's Eddie Rosario with extra bases. He's on his way to second to stop there as Eaton digs it out. And Rosario once again adds to his slugging percentage against the Sox.
Looked like he got a changeup that was pretty much belt high. We'll watch it again. Yeah, this isn't where Lucas wanted to throw it. I mean, this is a change, and it literally is belt high, and it's on the inner portion. Now, that's not where Lucas wanted to throw it. He wanted to keep it away. He doesn't get it there, and Rosario's too good a hitter. So he runs it into a 2-base hit. And he's in scoring position with nobody out.
Looked like that was meant to be off the plate away.
Yep. It was.
So now Franmil Reyes, who was 0 for 2 yesterday, he got hit by a pitch, scored a run, sac fly. An eventful day as Rosario's got a wide berth off of second base.
Yeah, I think Lucas might want to look back a time or two, because there is no doubt that if Rosario had kept on going, he might have stolen third base standing up.
High fastball is a strike. You said it early. The zone was established.
Bill Miller was giving it to him. He's still giving it to him. And for Lucas, that's good.
One and one from Lucas to the tall Franmil Reyes. Yeah, that was a slider, and there's no way he's going to do anything with that pitch.
No, and it's really funny. Depends on the hitter. You got a guy hitting in the middle of your order. He's one of their leading run producers in Reyes. Normally, with a man at second base, nobody out in an inning, you say, you know what, give yourself up, take it to the right side, make sure you move along Rosario, because he'll be standing at third at the very least with one out. But with Reyes, because he's such a powerful hitter and the run producer, they're letting him do whatever he needs to do.
1-2 for Franmil Reyes. I mean, you talk about passing the eye test. He walks off the bus and you're like, that's an athlete.
That's a rather large athlete.
I almost added a syllable like I was a Southerner. Athlete.
They got him listed, what, 265?
Yeah, big dude.
I think he flew by that a while ago.
Yoan at third, right at the line, is going to go across the diamond and get the out, and Rosario can't move.
I like what Yoan did there, because he took his time when he caught it. He took his time because he wanted to make sure that he freezes Rosario. Now, a good base runner is going to come down the line with this throw, and if he throws it really quickly, he might think about going to third base. But he knew with Reyes running, he had a little extra time.
Yoan says, I'll get it there. But if you can't read the rhythm of the fielder and you don't see that he's going to clearly load up the throw on the time you expect, you can't go.
No.
That's what you're saying, right?
Yeah. Also,
I'm here to translate.
You also take into, thank you.
Yeah.
I have my English to English dictionary here.
Thank you.
But
missed you.
The thing about it is, Jose Abreu throws really well, and you take that into consideration.
Yep.
I mean, you're throwing to a first baseman who's one of the most accurate and one of the best throwers in baseball. And so that's one of the reasons why Rosario is right there.
Time called.
Naylor is another one of the many who came over in deals from the San Diego Padres.
Joshua Douglas James Naylor. A lot of names, a lot of power in that bat when it's unlocked, as it's 2-0 from Lucas Giolito. Lucas's family, in part, is here at the ballpark in one of the suites. Brother Casey watching the ball game. There's Casey. He sees that he's on television. Hi, buddy. How you doing? Dad Rick in the suite watching as well. Getting his FaceTime too. Good to see the Giolito family here at the ballpark. And, you know, they all had to watch the no-hitter from out in California and did not have the opportunity to get to be here and see it with Lucas in person. But there are a lot of people who were part of that, and Lucas growing up, who enjoyed the heck out of everything that went down that August night. It's just good to see family back in the ballpark, because there's a pop-up to shortstop and Danny Mendick for round number 2. Hey, your 2021 Chicago White Sox are presented by Guaranteed Rate. Learn how you can turn your belief in a new home into action at rate.com. If you believe, you will. And to get priority ticket access this season, secure a ticket package by visiting whitesox.com today.
That was a really good pitch to Naylor, because if you're going to keep throwing changeups, you have to throw some fastballs inside, especially when most of those changeups are going to be away to left-handers. And that's exactly what Lucas did. He was able to throw that fastball right in on Naylor's hands, and he popped it straight up.
Bowers to foul it away left side.
The guy that was somewhat surprising to me that didn't make this team is Bradley Zimmer, because he is such a great defender in center field.
There's a changeup.
And that was a dandy. And again, you establish that inside fastball on occasion. Then you have the whole world away for that change. This one sinking and diving away, and no chance at all for Bowers.
Crowd behind Lucas on 0-2 for Bowers. That is strike 3 on a fastball. Jake Bowers is going to have to go back to CTU. Rosario stranded. Casey's left. Curveball, batting average under 100. Lucas's changeup is number 7 by this metric. I mean, these are truly mystifying pitches.
But the best, and the answer to who's your favorite Lamet? Dinelson Lamet.
Meet Lamet. Greet Lamet. Ball 1 to Nick Williams. You said during the crossover.
Yep.
Want to remind people, or should we not?
I thought that Nick would have a nice evening tonight.
1-0 to first. Steve just craned his neck to make sure that that wasn't getting through.
It looked to me like it was a base hit all the way. He was robbed.
One down for Yasmani Grandal. I thought you were just going to put your whole face out the window to check and see if that was going to get by. You got a couple more at bats left.
Yeah.
So here is Yasmani, who walked yesterday 0 for 3 with a walk and a strikeout. See the on-base percentage up at .419. He had the walk ahead of the Williams ground ball that ended up winning it. As there is that sharp curveball from Bieber.
It's just really nice to watch two craftsmen going at it in Bieber and Giolito, two of the best in the business. Both of them appear to have very good stuff. Lucas did a great job. After the Rosario double, you figure it's going to be hard to stop him from scoring. Not only did he stop him, but he stayed right there at second base.
Nice read by Yasmani. Swats it to left, and Rosario makes a leaping grab for round number 2. Nice play on left.
That one almost got over his head. I think he felt it was going to be a sinking line drive. And what he's saying, it was a sailing line drive. I don't know if he saw it all the way, but this one almost got over his head. He hits this ball surprisingly hard. And at the last instant, Rosario goes up to make the catch. It looked like a fairly routine line drive.
And listen to the contact. I thought, based on the way he hit it, that was going to be shorter as well. And Rosario almost misread it. So there's a strike to Jake Lamb, who gets the start as Tony La Russa scrambled to get as many lefties up against Bieber in this game as possible.
He's got 5 lefties.
To second, Hernandez. So Bieber opened. He was a teammate of both Pete Rose and Bartolo Colon, and he homered when he was 2 and 8 years old. 2 and 8 years old.
Is that like 4 and 80 years ago?
Steve Stone's revised history coming up on the next Rocky and Bullwinkle. Ball 1 to Roberto Perez. I don't know who that is offhand. You know, hashtag Sox Files if you know.
It's got to be George Bell.
You don't hear that all the time. 1 ball, 1 strike. 3rd inning brought to you by Hyundai. Lucas has 3 strikeouts, a double allowed. Shane Bieber, 7 balls in play, 1 single allowed. And pitchers know who they're facing that night in terms of opposing pitcher. Right? You always felt that.
I did, and it's kind of for pitchers the quality of these two. Although you're competing against the hitters, you know you're going head-to-head with one of baseball's best. And Lucas knows that Shane Bieber won the Cy Young last year, and he aspires to winning it this year. So to be the best, you have to beat the best. And yes, he has to beat the Cleveland Indians, but he certainly wants to outpitch Bieber.
I'm wondering after this pitch who that guy was for you that you faced that you were like, you know what? I'm going to turn it up even a little bit more. You have somebody.
There were just, you know, I came into the National League at a time when there were so many great pitchers. And going head-to-head with Bob Gibson was always a thrill, although you didn't beat him too often.
Right. To shortstop. Danny. 1 away.
If you're not listening to the White Sox podcast, shame on you. No, that was an ad-lib. Presented by Wintrust. And you really are missing out. Let Chuck Garfien and company bring you to the best Sox insights and new episodes every Tuesday and Thursday. Subscribe and listen for free today.
I like when you sprinkle in an ad-lib and then they've written something in the next sentence that's supposed to sound like an ad-lib, and
always,
it sounds...
Always get it wrong.
It sounds like a robot trying to be a human.
Yeah, but you know what? They got the message, and that's the most important thing. Listen to Chuck.
Yeah, listen to Chuck.
It's a classic.
There's a strike to Andres Jimenez, the shortstop for Cleveland, who had the final putout of that bottom of the second inning.
And really the question for Jimenez is he going to be able to swing the bat effectively?
0-2.
Because the glove's going to play. I don't believe he's going to catch up to fastballs up there, so his choices are either lay off or miss them.
I knew when you said that the two choices were not going to be fantastic options, or at least one of them wouldn't be.
Laying off is nice.
Like that.
That was a little too high. He was ready. He was locked and loaded to swing, but it was a little too high.
49 games last year with the Mets for Jimenez. 3 doubles, 2 triples, 3 home runs. OPS plus was 101, right around league average. Not bad.
And he's a youngster. No, he's got a chance to be a pretty good player. I mean, look.
Tough play.
Yeah, the Karam really ate him up. But when you trade Francisco Lindor, you better get some quality back. And from the Mets standpoint, they knew they weren't going to need a young shortstop. The reason being, of course, that they knew they were going to sign Lindor. They wouldn't have traded for him just for a one-year rental. And they did tie him up long term.
High fastball, checked his swing. Yeah, over a meal of chicken parm, and then the aftermath on social media, the Mets got the job done with the long-term Lindor extension.
And they're going to be happy with him because he's a good man on the ball club. He will take to that community, and he could very well be the face of that franchise.
Any Cleveland fans who've decided to tune into our telecast tonight on MLB TV, we thank you for joining us. That may not be the extent of our Lindor discussion, so we'll just say earmuffs from now on if we're going to talk about Lindor.
Really, really good player.
Oh, a change up for strike 3. You're looking fastball, and everything speeds up and then slows down.
This is what's taken Lucas from a mediocre pitcher at first to a fairly good pitcher later on, now into one of baseball's best, and that is he will throw you a straight change any count. He'll put it any place he wants to, and more times than not, you won't be able to read that it's coming, and you get swings like that.
41 pitches, 11 balls, 30 strikes. And now the second time through, it's Ben Gamble, who's 0 for 9 so far this year.
4 strikeouts and nary a walk.
Ball and a strike.
Gamble's a pretty versatile player. He can play all 3 outfield positions. He can play center field. There's a lot of guys who can play the corners. They don't have enough speed to play center. Gamble is not going to be one of the league's best center fielders, but he's pretty solid out there. And that gives Terry Francona a lot of versatility.
Just happy to not see Oscar Mercado in center field.
He just stopped mysteriously hitting the baseball.
Yeah.
He couldn't hit it at all, and he and Zimmer both did not make the ball club.
The catch he made a couple years ago in Cleveland is one of the best you're going to ever see to save a game.
I do believe day in and day out, however, Zimmer is the better of the two center fielders, and if he can ever get it together again, and he's been hurt a few times in his career, but if he can stay together and start swinging the bat just a little, he can really make a difference in their outfield.
2-2. Came in with a fastball, gamble to right, and this is playable. Adam Eaton's underneath, and that'll do it. A 1-2-3 third for Park Open. He had .341 in 1991 with the Texas Rangers. He played with Pete Rose and Bartolo Colon.
He could line the ball into right center field with the best of them. A gigantic bat, opposite field hitter, and he hit the ball really hard.
One of the most ridiculous batting stances that you will ever see, but one of the most iconic ones. I mean, the bat way over the head, sort of cockeyed over his head. I mean, it's
just the fact he could get it through the strike zone looked amazing.
And he played until he was just shy of 50 years old. Bieber gets over on the cover from Bowers. Test your luck during every home and away White Sox game this season. That's every game with the 50-50 raffle. That was an ad lib too. Sox Split, presented by Wintrust, is on sale now until the end of the 7th inning. Get your Split the Pot 50-50 ticket at whitesox.com/Sox Split. Valid for Illinois residents 18 and over. It is always fun to watch the raffle jackpot skyrocket during the ball game. whitesox.com/Sox Split. Danny Mendick and Shane Bieber. Danny shows bunt to take a ball. Well, this is what Major League Baseball wants, right? More balls in play. The White Sox are listening to the league office. 8 batters, no strikeouts, no walks. Every ball in play.
I would like to see Danny lay off high fastballs. If he does, hits the ball pretty well and usually hits it well to right or right center field. But lately, he's been a little anxious, expanding his zone face high.
You know, after I said what I said about the Lindor talk, a bunch of Cleveland fans tweeted at us and said they were watching the telecast. So thanks, y'all. We appreciate you watching. We try to be fair.
They're a very loyal fandom. I know a lot of my family looks on in Cleveland.
One person tweeted at me, said, all the Lindor talk already is testing my patience, and that's why we made the rule. And if we're going to talk about that trade, we'll tell you earmuffs. Fouled away by Danny, a ball and 2 strikes.
Well, look, the Indians weren't going to give him an excess of $300 million. They had to try to get whatever they could possibly get, and they got a pretty good return.
That's up. Nice take.
Yeah, he did lay off. Bieber's only used 29 pitches so far, and he's 1 out deep here in the 3rd inning.
Two coming. Breaking ball stayed in the zone, and Danny rifles it to left field.
That was more a rolling breaking ball than anything else. You see it there. It doesn't do a whole lot. Anytime you see a ball settle, you know it's probably going to get hit hard. That one did not break sharply, and Danny stayed right with it and took it into left field.
So after this pitch, I want to watch it again. Tell me where you see the ball settle so people, when they watch at home, they know what you're talking about. You willing to do that for me?
I will.
Thank you. It took a while.
But you don't really have to show it in slow motion or
how about this
big slow motion. That's fine. You can see that this ball comes in almost rolling.
Yep.
And because a good curveball, the reason it becomes a good curveball is it stays and comes through the zone so quickly with a quick break that there's only one spot a hitter can hit it. If that ball starts to roll.
Oh, they got him at first base. Wow, Danny Mendick picked off of first.
We'll take another look as Bieber's got a very good move. And he wasn't even going to second. He just got a lead where he couldn't get back quickly enough. Yep. Bowers puts a tag on him, and Bieber's got very quick feet, and he got him.
That was a sharper breaking ball.
And that's the key on any curveball. If it's late breaking, sharp breaking, it only stays hittable for a very short period of time, and a hitter has to judge it completely. If it comes in rolling and just tumbles, it's like a splitter that tumbles. If a splitter doesn't go straight down, it's very hittable. Curveball is very similar.
Less time in the hitting zone.
Yeah.
0-2. Oh, boy. That's how lethal the stuff is for Bieber. His Village. See how we can help your business grow at makerswanted.org. Top of the fourth inning. No score. Lucas Giolito. Shane Bieber tangling tonight. And Cesar Hernandez, the former Philly, takes an off-speed strike to open the fourth. Your thoughts on Lucas 3 innings deep, Steve?
I think he looks very good tonight. He's got very good command of just about everything. He really threw well in the second inning after the leadoff double.
Oh, boy. A changeup that gravity took hold of. It's 0-2. Okay, so now you've thrown a couple of changeups. Strike, swinging strike. What here?
Usually you go after a face-high fastball. But one more change, says Yasmani.
That stayed up, and it got the job done. Abreu for out number one. Here's your Sox Math winner from yesterday.
Hey Sox Twitter, it's everybody's favorite intern, the big homie, Darren Bryan. Rapid fire Twitter shout outs here. 2 group chats, the Illini basketball group chat, ILL, and the White Sox group chat, Southside Hitmen, all great dudes. The 3 best bosses in the world, my Sox Summer, Chorizo E. Beef Loaf, and my guy, Dis 110. Yeah, dog.
We'll get to the question after all of those shout outs. There's ball number 1. Good video. Heck of a bow tie. Good cameo from the Pooch as well.
No, I thought terrific. I took a nap in the middle, but it was a good introduction to Sox Math.
Jersey number of the person who was at bat when the game ended last night multiplied by jersey number of the player who was hit by the throw, plus the jersey number of the player who scored the winning run, minus the jersey number of the last Sox pitcher in the ball game last night. So it's all about that final play in the 9th inning. If you stayed till the end yesterday, you are rewarded by Sox Math.
It was a very exciting ball game. The ending was great. And the Sox win the first of what should be an entertaining series.
That's a strike. Nicely done by Bill Miller to stay with that, by the way, with the batter diving. Sometimes you'll see that go from strike to ball with the batter in the way.
Well, Bill Miller has had to call a lot of strikes. And if you keep looking in the zone, you're going to get pitches.
How about Lucas getting off the mound and scrambling just in case that was fair?
Pitchers are taught in spring training, every time the ball is hit to their left or the right side of the infield, which are one and the same, you have to break to first base because you never really know what's going to happen. You just don't want to be a spectator on the mound.
Lance Lynn had my favorite cover of first base so far this season, and that started at home the other day.
It was very good. He took a step and figured, you know what, I'm probably not going to make it, so I'm going to throw a gem anyway.
Yeah.
Why extend myself?
What I love about it is he just went and got the rest of the outs. Took care of it.
That broke up the perfect game in the no-hitter.
1-2 slider. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Normally, if Ramirez is going to expand his strike zone, it's not going to be down and out of the zone. It's going to be a face-high fastball or a little bit higher than that. Lucas, however, got him on a good straight change, low and away last time up.
Ground ball into the shift for round number 2. Let's go back to last night, Steve.
Okay, so here is a fundamental mistake. It's not just throwing the ball that hit Yasmani in the head, but Yu Chang is at first base. He's an infielder, a middle infielder by trade. The base runner at second is absolutely meaningless because the game ends if Madrigal, who is heading to third, scores. Grandal doesn't mean anything at second base. So take the out. There'd have been 2 outs in the inning. You have runners at second and third. It doesn't matter where the runners are. And so throwing the ball opened the team up for a defensive miscue. It wasn't that it was a bad throw. It was a thought process in making the throw in general. So if you have something like that, then just think about what you're going to do with the baseball. If that's a hard hit ball and you're trying to get 2, it's a different story. But Williams broke the bat. It wasn't hard hit, and nobody could possibly get back to cover first base for a return throw. So a double play was out of the question.
Well, it's a separate set of decision skills.
Yes.
For a first baseman than a middle infielder.
Completely, and you would have to have seen that a time or two to really understand immediately what to do with the ball, because it happens in real time. It's bang bang. You get a ground ball, your emotions say I can get 2. Realistically, you can't, and it's just one of those things that maybe a guy who'd been over there for years would have been able to make.
Yeah, you build the risk into that. You make the decision because you hope that you can slide by and you hope they'll be serviceable, but then you get a key moment like that. Changes the win-loss. 0-2. He goes fastball upstairs, and Grandal is going to have to slide on top of it. It is a tapper single for Eddie Rosario that went, I don't know, 30 feet maybe.
He does at times swing a magic wand against the Sox. And you couldn't have rolled it out there any better. Grandal realizing that there is no chance at all. And Rosario keeps the inning alive.
Here's Franmil Reyes. Ground out to third in the second inning after the Rosario leadoff double. And there's a fastball at 93 up from Lucas Giolito.
And where Reyes will expand his zone on a high fastball, you've got to have a strike or 2 on him before he'll do that.
Seen Lucas mix in the slider tonight. That's a changeup, and it's popped up. Back of home, Yasmani has no play. A lot of Luis Robert fans in that first row. I would say a Abreu jersey, 2 Robert jerseys. It was great. Opening day, home opener, Thursday against Kansas City. We look down, first jersey we see is Brian Omagrosso. I love random White Sox jerseys.
Yeah, that was vintage.
I saw him when he was a Winston-Salem Warthog in A-ball.
Must have done okay. Got to the big leagues.
He did.
That's what I mean. You get 1 strike, and now he'll expand it upstairs, and Lucas threw a high fastball by him.
What's your pleasure on 1 and 2?
Well, you got a choice. I'd just as soon throw another fastball upstairs by him. Grandal looks over in the dugout to see if he can get some help. Hangs a sign. He's going to go with a slider. We'll keep it low and away.
Brushstroke foul.
That was a good pitch. I mean, that's exactly where he wanted to throw it, and Reyes was able to just barely stay alive. You see the grip? It has just enough movement to take it off the sweet spot. And Reyes just barely hits the top of the baseball.
1 ball, 2 strikes. A deep breath from Lucas, and a high fastball knocks him down. You said it, top of the at-bat.
That's it. Get a couple of strikes, and he'll expand his zone, and Lucas is out of the inning.
I'm glad we keep your headset on.
Me too.
It's really worth it. You said it when the count was nothing. There it is. See ya. When the game ended yesterday, Yasmani Grandal is 24. 5 times 24, plus the 1 from Madrigal, minus the 65 of Cody Hoyer. Mike Cannella is your winner. Fighting Illini. Mike Cannella was not very happy with Loyola, I don't believe. About a month ago, there's a strike. to Luis Robert. It'll be Robert, Abreu, and Moncada here in the 4th inning. Sox trying to solve Bieber as that got the bat. It's 0-2.
Bieber can throw a whole lot of strikes on his own, but when he gets one of those on an excuse-me swing, now you find yourself in an 0-2 hole. And Luis has to continue to fight against that wipeout slider out of the zone because Bieber most likely is going to be there.
There it is. Check swing. It was outside. You know, Bieber, it's interesting. He's only thrown one cutter all year, and that pitch got hit around a little bit. He's decided to junk that and rely exclusively on the slider curveball.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't really have to throw a cutter with those 2 pitches.
Good breaking ball for Bieber's 2nd straight strikeout.
This is just a dandy of a curveball. It's up there and then it's not, and that's what I mean by a quick breaker as opposed to a roller. That ball stayed up for a while and then went straight down. The key is to throw it in the same spot as your fastball and make it rotate as fast as you can to get the quickest break possible. You can do that, you can pitch in the major leagues.
See, now that, I mean, that's absolutely unhittable.
Well, because you give up on it. I'm not so certain he wanted to throw it there, but it's very effective, and it's not a hanger. It still broke well. It just was a high curve.
Another sharp curveball. 0-2. You see in 2020 by pitch type for Shane Bieber. A lot of fastballs, 210. Curveballs, 095, slugging 143. The one that stands out, I mean, if you're looking at those and you say, what should I not do? It's the cutter, and it's gone. He's thrown one of them all year.
His curveball doesn't get hit too much. I mean, it's just too good.
As you were saying, that's 3 and away for Jose. 2 down.
This is just a biting breaking ball. And if you don't lay off, you can't possibly hit it. The one great transition with the increased velocities in modern day pitchers, and modern day I mean the last 20 years, is the curveball was always the one pitch in your hand that went up when you were delivering it. Fastballs don't go up, sliders don't go up, changeups don't go up, but the curveball always did. As pitchers have gotten better with spin rates, that ball actually doesn't go up near as much. It still is the one pitch that goes up out of your hand. However, it's just so quick these days that it looks exactly like a fastball, and you can't react to it.
That's what's so intriguing about the matchup tonight, because these pitchers use the contours of their fastballs to pair with a changeup for Lucas and a dastardly breaking ball for Bieber, and they have the same type of success in a different package. Man, he could just throw that curveball, and he has. I mean, it's curveball theater right now.
Well, the only problem with it is the more you throw, the greater the odds are of hanging one in the zone to a guy that is waiting back to hit something hanging. But no hangers that inning.
No. All the ones going to be behind, so they're going to get you caught up right here, and we'll be involved as well. Shane Bieber so far, 4 innings, 2 hits, 4 strikeouts, and the curveball has a mind of its own, especially in this last inning and change for Shane Bieber. And for Lucas Giolito, more of the same. 4 innings of shutout ball, 5 strikeouts, and it's fastball changeup for the most part. But you said it early, he sprinkled in the slider when he's needed to.
Well, he established the slider early and then got the Indians hitters to think about it before really abandoning it.
Slow ground ball. Danny from shortstop has out number 1.
Good aggressive charge on the ground ball. He had plenty of time. And Lucas has tied up Naylor twice.
Naylor was really mad on the pop out to shortstop. He had a chance to drive in a run, and he was angry. It was back in the 2nd.
He might have been looking for a fastball. He got it and couldn't do anything with it because of the location in on his hands.
5th inning brought to you by GMC. We are professional grade. Jake Bowers. Strike 1. 1 for 14 so far for the 25-year-old Bowers. Mad again.
He got a hittable fastball. He just happened to be a little tardy on it. And also he knows at 0-2, somewhere along the line, if this at bat goes long enough, he's going to see that dastardly changeup.
There it was. It's downstairs. A ball and 2 strikes.
Great thing about this game is it's 2 of baseball's best, both at the top of their games so far and neither giving an inch. So there's an inside fastball. Let's see if he can get it in on his hands. He probably wants to keep it up.
He does. Check swing. He went. Strike 3.
He didn't think he swung, but Bill Miller did. Maybe with a little help from Gabe Morales. Watch it again. He wants a high heater. He gets it up there and a little too far.
I would imagine for hitters against both these guys, it's sort of like trying to figure out what a magician is doing from about 1,000 feet away. You can't really get your eye on the sleight of hand.
No, and I think the only time a hitter gets frustrated against guys of this caliber is when they get a hittable pitch. When one of these guys will miss with a fastball in the zone or hang a curveball in the zone, and you get a hittable pitch and you still miss it. That's the real frustrating thing. The great pitches you're not going to hit anyway.
I mean, he's loading up. He's loading up. He thinks he's on time, and he still misses the changeup.
Well, Perez has probably seen him as much or more than anybody in this lineup, so he's very familiar with all that he throws.
Danny at shortstop is in front. We're halfway home. Hey, anytime you get a little bro flexing at the back end of Big Bro striking out people, you done it right. Casey Giolito watching from in the ballpark at Guaranteed Rate Field, watching his brother pitch here at home for the first time in a couple of years. And Nick Williams will lead it off. Look, first of all, this is an absolute pitching piece of surgery from both of these guys. But also, this is the tape that you put on at Major League Baseball seminars and you say, this is the most entertaining version of our game. Pace-wise, the clip that this game is moving at, while also having efficient pitchers, batters in the box, everything that goes along with it is an eminently fun, beautiful thing to watch. This is the perfect example of what Major League Baseball can be on a nightly basis, even without 2 aces like this on the mound.
Well, you get a couple of guys at the top of their game, and it looks very easy to pitch to major league hitters. But if everybody could do this, every major league hitter would have to have a therapist, because nobody would hit. And, you know, you hit 110 and lead the league in hitting. But fortunately for hitters, you're not going to find a lot of guys can do this on a nightly basis.
But the pace can be there, is what I'm saying.
Yes,
you can have this pace.
Absolutely, and it's 5 strikeouts in a row for Bieber. So suddenly contact is difficult for the Sox.
Well, you know, for Bieber, the first 9 batters, everybody put the ball in play. You thought maybe he would never have a strikeout tonight. But with Bieber, never say never. Ball 1 to Yasmani Grandal, who lined out to left in the second inning on a pretty well-struck baseball.
You got to figure that he's going to end this strikeout parade. But the curveball has gotten better and better for Bieber. He hasn't really thrown too many hittable fastballs the last 3 innings.
That is a really precipitous fall on that curveball that he's designed.
That's why it's so difficult to hit.
Two balls and a strike from Bieber. Looks like a fastball, drops in the zone, slider, strike two. Often baffling, Lucas Giolito and Shane Bieber. That hung around in the zone. It's a ground ball to Bowers, who's got it himself. Jake Bowers does everything himself. Two down. Time now for a preview of what's to come on White Sox Postgame Live, presented by Subaru. Chuck, Ozzie, you got any hits in there? Hey, Chuck, I like when you're rapping the in-game update and Ozzie is evil cackling in the background. There, right there. It's great. Oh, it's awesome. Ozzie and Chuck, we will see you post-game for White Sox Post-Game Live, presented by Subaru. For now, Lamb. And it's 0-2.
There is a radical shift on. Hernandez is way back on the grass in short right field. And only one man home on the left side, and that's Ramirez, who's playing a straightaway shortstop.
Shane Bieber, who 3 years ago started his season as a member of the Akron Rubber Ducks, is now one of the best pitchers in Major League Baseball.
There's one of the signs that maybe, just maybe, he's going to start hanging a few breaking balls, because that was his wipeout curveball, and that one just hung high and out of the zone. He hasn't done that too much this evening. So here's another one. Let's see about this one.
Strike three. Some Hawks fans there. Sox fans, Chicago Sports Depot is back for the season. Get the latest team gear to rep all season long, and be sure to follow the @White Sox store on Instagram for series sales and more. For store hours and information, visit whitesox.com/depot. They're off to a running start here in the sixth. No score. Lucas misses a little bit upstairs with a changeup.
Jimenez has not shown bunt yet, but as a guy that's not going to hit a lot of home runs, it's not a bad thing to think about.
So 2-0 on Jimenez, the 22-year-old. Then it's Gamble and Cesar Hernandez.
Lucas got him on a very good 3-2 change when he came to bat in the third inning.
Fastball popped up. Playable. Jose the call and the ball, and one out. Jason Benetti, Steve Stone, look, you were the best in this game, winning a Cy Young Award. What's it like for you watching these two guys tonight?
It's just wonderful to see great pitchers at the top of their game, and they're doing everything right. Even when they fall behind, you just don't get a hittable pitch, and that's really the key. When I observe a pitcher, I look at what the hitters do at 3-1 and 2-0, because those are hitters' pitches. If they're not squaring it up 2-0, 3-1, I know the guy has great stuff on a given night. And both of these guys are able to do it. They haven't fallen behind often, but when they do, you still don't get a good swing at it.
This is the third time the last 2 years they have gone up against one another. They've both pitched well in all of those games, and You love to see that for the game of baseball, for their teams, for their individual success. But to have them do it on the same night, there's a special feeling in the ballpark.
That last call by Bill Miller was an example of Lucas using upstairs on fastballs and then getting the benefit of a call on a high change.
Swing and a miss. He vanquishes Gamble for his 7th strikeout tonight.
Well, he sets him up upstairs and then wipes him off upstairs. This is some high heat. It's close enough for Gamble to think about swinging, but impossible where that pitch is to put anything on the ball. So even if he makes any contact at all, he either fouls it straight back or pops it straight up. More times than not, at that height, he misses it.
Crowd wanted to strike there, didn't get it. It's 1-0 on Hernandez.
You just as soon take him down here so that you can lead off with Ramirez next inning. You don't want Ramirez hitting with anybody on base.
That nearly clipped him, Steve.
Yeah.
2-0.
That would have kept the inning alive for Ramirez, something that Lucas doesn't want to do.
There is Jose Ramirez. Way upstairs, 3-0. This, you would imagine, is a take all the way.
I would say ahead of Ramirez. Terry Francona, who, by the way, uses the 3-0 green light more frequently probably than any manager in the game, except maybe Scott Service does it also, but that's a guy that loves the 3-0 green light. I just don't think you're going to see it here, but you might.
Now it's ball 4. And that, with 4 pitches, is the first walk for either pitcher tonight.
Hey, White Sox fans, with Xfinity Mobile, you can save hundreds on the most reliable network nationwide. Your wireless, your rules, only with Xfinity Mobile.
What changed there, if anything, for Lucas?
He's probably in his own mind telling himself what I was telling you. I get this guy, I can lead off with Ramirez. And then you start to fall behind, and now you try to make a better pitch, and he throws one way, way up and out of the zone, and now it's 3-0, and he misses.
Changeup settles him back in, strike 1. And for Lucas, he's talked so much in the past year plus about being in that moment with that pitch and not letting the mind spin even one pitch ahead.
Well, it doesn't happen often, but I think that was one of the few times we've seen tonight where Lucas was not in the moment with each and every pitch. I think he got ahead of himself just a touch, started to fall behind, and now he's come back 0-2 on Ramirez. Now he's trying to make his best pitch of the night.
Couple of change-ups for him first. Another one, and it's fouled away. I agree with you. I brought that up because it stands out now when Lucas isn't in the moment. And in 2018, it seemed like body language-wise, he was never really in the moment.
This game in 2018 moved so fast for him that he couldn't catch up. Now the game moves very slowly for him, and he's on top of just about each and every pitch.
Bunch of change-ups. Now he buzzes a fastball to Ramirez, and that one came in at 94.
Well, he threw it in a good spot. He threw it unhittable, about an inch or two inside. So with Ramirez in the back of his mind thinking about a changeup low and away, I'm thinking a face-high fastball out of the zone here probably ends the at-bat or gets the pop-up you need.
So fastball down, and Jose smothers it.
Lucas misses his pitch, gets away with it. This is a rocket, and Jose looking like a hockey goalie. 1 foot out.
No score, bottom 6. Lucas Giolito and Shane Bieber head-to-head, and Bieber so far tonight has thrown a total of 58 pitches. 37 have been breaking balls. That was just his 20th fastball of the night.
Well, he really doesn't want you to hit a fastball. He wants you to hit either his slider or his curve, or at least swing at it.
Okay, says Nick. Jimenez gets it there on time. Sox fans, single game tickets for April 23rd through May 2nd will go on sale to the general public Friday, April 16th. That's 3 days from now. Be here as the Sox take on the Rangers, the Tigers, and the Indians. And for tickets, visit whitesox.com/single game. Should be a great opportunity beginning of that homestand against the Rangers and the Tigers to see some offense from this club. Cleveland's a very good pitching team. Texas and Detroit will allow you to score some. And so that should be a fun couple of series if you want to watch this young Sox offense.
Well, another factor is they're going to start to get healthy. Tim Anderson is due back on Thursday. Somewhere along the line, Adam Engel is going to come back in the not-too-distant future. And Bieber doesn't need any help. That first pitch was just off the plate. But because he's been around the plate with everything, Bill Miller gave him benefit of that one. The second pitch was off the plate.
And he pipes a fastball there, 1-2. He's thrown 3 fastballs to Danny Mendick so far.
Well, there's some psychology here, and after this out, I'll tell you probably why he's doing it.
What you got?
That's the 4th fastball he's thrown him. He knows he can't get careless with a fastball to Abreu or Robert or Moncada, but he knows at the bottom part of the order you can throw more fastballs and save whatever life you have left in your arm on the curveball for guys that can hurt you with one swing of the bat. Then he gets him in that position and then wipes him out with the one curve that he saw. But you just can't throw, with all due respect to Danny Mendick, you can't throw to Danny Mendick same pitch sequence as you're throwing to Jose Abreu. It just, you only have so many breaking balls, so many great breaking balls in your arm. This is a slider. And he finally wipes him out with that, but that's the only non-fastball he threw him.
65 pitches through 5 2/3 for Shane Bieber, and Eaton got hit on the shoe.
Well, they're going to say, did he try to bunt it? That's the appeal, and Gabe Morales says no. He pulled the bat back, and he's going to wind up at first base. So Bieber wanted the attempt at this, but he pulls it back and gets hit off the back foot. A painful way to get aboard and keep the inning alive, but keep it alive he does.
He went around, says Shane Bieber. Sorry, Shane. Will Adam Eaton run here?
I wouldn't think so. 2 reasons.
First pitch swing is one of those reasons. And that will do it. You want to get him in? I got 5 seconds. American Sail fun at home, and you can't beat fun at home with 2 outstanding pitchers making the ball dance all night long.
Steady diet of straight changes, some high fastballs, pinpoint control, good command, and 2 hits for each team through 7.
Well, Eddie Rosario is the star of the game. 2 for 2. The rest of the team, nothing for 18. First pitch, foul back by Rosario, who doubled to right in the second. Then, I mean, hit a ball that if you rolled out the little ball for Bocce that distance, people would say, that's stupid. Why do I don't want to play that round. Throw it again.
Well, he's one of the few guys that was able to hit a straight change, and he hit it because Lucas threw it right down the middle.
Look, without being hyperbolic, I think it's safe to say tonight is one of those nights where if you're watching baseball around the country, let alone just here in Chicago, we all know what Lucas can do. We've seen Bieber a lot, but if you're watching baseball around the country, you're just sort of drinking this in and enjoying 2 guys who are masters at what they do. Robert in center is there to make the catch and one away. And in an era when a lot of people who are more of the old school variety, as Lucas nods his way to another out, and they say, why don't, and somebody just said this to me on a radio show earlier today. They said, when I come to the ballpark, I don't get to see pitcher X versus pitcher Y anymore. I don't get to see 9 innings of this head-to-head sort of, let's play 2 and I'll go out and pitch both of them, right? tonight is a throwback to that. And it's refreshing in a lot of ways to watch these guys do what they do, but it also speaks to the fact that there is a lot of joy in baseball and in the artistry of what pitchers are doing. Part of the reason we don't see this as much is because we're trying to protect these pitchers to make sure they can pitch as much as possible. But on a night like tonight, they take the wheel.
Well, I felt and said before the game that I thought this game would be very close all the way. Two fine pitching performances by Giolito and by Bieber, and the game decided by the respective bullpens.
Lucas, a little pirouette there.
Yeah, that time he got on the side of the baseball, and actually it came out of his hand a cutter. Something that he hasn't been doing since he changed his arm angle, got on top of it, and used backspin on his four-seamer.
It was a whale of an audition for Dancing with the Sox, though. Hit hard, but foul to the right-hand side on a fastball to Reyes. That was that high fastball. Do you echo that and try and get the swinging strike three?
He can go up a little higher if he wants to. I mean, it's all there for him, and you got to hit her up in Reyes, who is thinking about one thing. He's thinking about hitting a home run, plain and simple. That's a high fastball. Just throw it where you want it, unlike the Ramirez fastball.
That was down. Reyes grounds it to third. Moncada on the move, and he got it. 2 down here in the 7th.
Follow our Sox insider Vinny Duber at NBCSportsChicago.com, presented by nationwide agent Jeff Vukovich. Get to enjoy knowing the Vuk as much as you do the jingle at JeffVuk.com, because Nationwide is on your side. Yeah, not bad. Better than last night. Last night.
What did you do last night?
Last night I said I can't sing because I felt like the captain when Tennille was gone.
You didn't sing?
So hi, Tony. No, I did not.
Wow.
It would have been a sacrilege. It would have been an abomination.
That is genuinely kind of you. You know, people thought we were like the Gallaghers in Oasis, but there's so much more love than that.
I've heard Shields and Yarnell more than that.
Oh, have you? One strike.
You can be either one, by the way.
Yeah, thank you. I'll roll the dice and let you pick. 0-1. Left-hand side, and Williams isn't going to get there. A little inside-out job for Naylor. Download the MLB app to get in-game video highlights, live pitch-by-pitch, breaking news, player updates, stat leaderboards, and more for the White Sox.
You get out of this inning, Lucas is going to be knocking at the door of 100 pitches, one way or the other. And you turn it over to the middle of the order. Third time through for the Sox against Bieber. That's the game plan for Lucas right here.
Ball one.
One thing I think he would like to do is end it right here with Bowers. The only reason is that Perez has hit the ball hard twice. Now, he's played Pepper with Mendick at shortstop, but still he's had good swings at Lucas, and he's in the on-deck circle.
In the dirt, 2-0 on Bowers. Lucas's max pitch count in his career came last year in Cleveland on September the 23rd at the back end of that season. It was a 6-inning, 11 strikeout performance, 119 pitches. But for his career, he's gone 8 times at 110 or more.
None of which were the third start of the season, however.
Correct.
In cold weather. That got the mask of Grandal as it went on by. Well-located fastball. Again, a fastball in a fastball count, and the hitter's reaction to that pitch will tell you a lot about what a pitcher has at any given time during the course of the game. And Bowers was beaten by that inside fastball.
What's pitch number 100?
Should be a change. Looks like a high fastball.
In and out of the glove, 2-2. So Bowers was ahead. Now he's reeling. Crowd's into it on 2-2. Naylor at first. Bieber and Giolito throwing blanks. 2-2 coming. He struck him out. Completely handcuffed and broken by Lucas's changeup. No score. The MVP chants get louder as Abreu leads off to try to prop up Lucas Giolito's jewels so far tonight. 7 innings, scoreless baseball. Bieber, 6 shutout. Bieber to Abreu. First pitch, called a strike right on the edge.
Yeah, he's been out there all night, and when he has, I mean, it might be an inch off the corner, but he's going to get that pitch consistently.
Perez takes one, 0-2.
I think Bill Miller has done a very nice job behind the plate tonight.
I mean, he has been ultra consistent, and to his absolute credit, he has not once gotten in the way of 2 guys painting. They have been the story, and he's made it so. Major credit to Bill Miller. Super Joe makes a play at third.
Bieber's only in the 70 pitch mark, but you just have to hope that somewhere in this literal cornucopia of curveballs, he's going to be hanging one. He hasn't done it too many times. Let's see if this is the time.
Ooh, Jose to center field. Gamble.
He hung it, he just missed it.
Yeah.
Today's game is brought to you by Marquette Bank. Since 1945, Marquette Bank has worked to improve the lives of neighbors, families, and business owners, and everybody else they can think of. They're a modern neighborhood bank with online banking, mobile banking, and digital home financing. Better than that, and what could be better than that, they're a bank that cares about your success in our communities. Discover neighborhood banking that feels good at emarquettebank.com. There you have it.
With only a couple of interruptions. There you have it. Strike one to Yoan Moncada, who tapped out to Bieber in the first, then struck out in the fourth. Sox have 2 singles and a hit batter. And Yoan swings through a breaking ball.
Yeah, that one was a really good one. Unlike the last pitch to Abreu. Jose hadn't had too many pitches to hit tonight. That was one of them.
Struck him out. 8 strikeouts for Bieber. There's a feeling that transcends generations. It's the love for Las Chivas de Guadalajara. Only Telemundo Chicago brings you every play to make your red and white heart beat faster. Telemundo, the home of Las Chivas. 2 down for Nick Williams.
Telemundo is bringing you this Wago.
Steve's got a touchy SAP button. First pitch is outside, ball 1. Nick Williams 0 for 8 in his short White Sox tenure so far, trying to square up Bieber.
Not going to square that one up. That was a biter. And either lay off or you don't hit it. It just breaks so quickly, you can't read it out of his hands. And when he's throwing that one consistently, he's pretty close to unhittable.
One. He did, says Bill Miller. 1-2. He literally said that. We heard him. He said, yes, he did.
Well, good pitchers are going to get you in between. You're going to be late on their fastball. You're going to be early on any of their breaking stuff. And so far, that's what Bieber's done to this entire lineup.
Ball and 2 strikes. Bieber is through 7 innings at 78 pitches. brilliance on both sides tonight. Strikeout number 9 for Bieber, 8 for Giolito. Who will break the shutout?
Action, and if you like strikeouts, this is the game for you. Whether it's a straight change, whether it's the curveball, whether it's a straight change or another curveball, whether it's a high fastball or another high fastball. Really doesn't matter because both guys are throwing it by the opposition and doing it really well. The only difference, one more hit for the Indians, no runs for either. It's been an errorless game.
Lucas Giolito, first pitch, ball 1 to Perez. Here is your tale of the tape tonight. 14 combined innings, 5 hits, 17 strikeouts, 1 walk, 27 swings and misses. 3 fly ball outs all night combined. Dazzling performance from both of these guys. Go back to October 2nd, 1908. White Sox and the Cleveland Naps playoff race. On the mound for the Sox, Ed Walsh. Addie Joss for Cleveland. And Ed Walsh throws 8 innings, 15 strikeouts, gives up 1 unearned run. Cleveland gets 9 shutout, 3 strikeouts, and the Naps win in a no-hitter, 1-0 in an hour and 40 minutes.
The commercials were shorter.
They were much shorter. Brought to you by the ball in the dirt, 3-1.
Lucas's foot slipped there, and he's still making pretty good pitches, but right now the pitches are starting to pile up. The bullpen is also starting to work, and I wouldn't think that Tony La Russa is going to be overly patient with Lucas at this point.
3-1 coming. Checked his swing. He did go 3-2. It was a high fastball. Big pitch to see how long Lucas is in this game coming up.
It is that, and from the side, you'll see exactly what Doug Eddings saw, and he did swing. Even Perez shaking his head yes. This a critical out. You walk him, you're getting a pinch runner representing the go-ahead run.
3-2. It's high, it's ball 4, it's a changeup, and it is that leadoff walk. And that's going to do it for Lucas Giolito tonight, it seems, after 7 innings plus 1 batter. And it's Evan Marshall, who was fantastic yesterday.
Well, hopefully more of the same. He comes into a situation, it's a little less stressful. Lucas really unhappy with himself. He had a great night, but walking Perez to lead off the 8th, he leaves to a standing ovation, and he is his own worst critic, but what a job he did tonight. Time now for our Lakeside Bank call to the pin. Lakeside Bank, it's about time, and Evan Marshall. Fred Schaff, a wonderful performance last night. Back at it again, on for the 5th time. He's got a hold, and he inherits the go-ahead run at first base. Perez is still in the game.
Moncada is playing way in at 3rd, and the Sox believe Jimenez is going to bunt here. So a throw to first. There's the bunt, first base side. Jose to the covering Madrigal. And that is out number 1 in the inning. Perez to second base.
You got to be really careful on that play because that's a way to break the left arm of whoever's covering first base. Jose needs a little more on that throw because that little looping throw put the glove, the ball, and the arm in the same spot as Jimenez is running down the line. That little looper, you see where the glove is. Unfortunately for Nick, You have to really relax your arm and make sure, one, you secure the baseball, and also make sure that you give as the runner comes through.
It puts the player in peril, puts the throw in peril while you're at it.
Very much so.
So now Ben Gamble, runner at second, first pitch. Breaking ball, strike one from Evan Marshall. Now the Sox in the home eighth will start with Grandal. And Shane Bieber has been tremendous tonight. That is the wicked changeup of Evan Marshall.
Well, the Indians might have thought that they had seen the last of the changeup when Lucas left. But there's another one for you, Ben. And that one was a really good one. Great late movement on that.
What's Evan got for him? 0-2. It's another changeup, and it's down.
The difference in the two changes, number one, they're released from a different point between Giolito and Marshall. Number two, Evans is a little faster than Lucas. Where Lucas has two changes, Evan has a good one at 88, and there's Lucas, a very interested spectator.
Wave and a miss, strike three. Evan Marshall inches closer to cleaning up the eighth.
Grandal and Marshall wanted to get him on a changeup, and three in a row, the third of which is the end of the at-bat. And that one just dives low and away. Great motion, great rotation on the ball. And Gamble, no chance.
That's a bellicose changeup.
A dandy. And you certainly want to end the inning here with Hernandez.
Just off the plate for most of the night. That and pitches like it have been a strike. Bill Miller is hearing a serenade of boos, and you talk about the definition of what have you done for me lately. Moncada still playing even with the bag at third as Hernandez waves at a changeup again.
That's going to be the key to every one of Evans' performances. If he's commanding the changeup, then it makes his breaking ball and his fastball look that much better.
I believe Sam Cooke once said, and I know a change is going to come.
Well, if Hernandez really believed that, then he'd be out there spreading out and waiting for it. But not a whole lot of guys can sit on a changeup and hit it effectively.
In the dirt, he whipped it downstairs. It's 2-2, and Evans a little frustrated with himself there.
Yeah, for him, in his mind, that was his wipeout pitch. Now he's got to make another one.
Another changeup.
Well, I'd like to see him go to the curveball for one pitch, because it'd be something. After you see that many changeups, if he sees a ball outside, out of the zone, he's going to give up on it. At least you would think.
Evans got options on 2-2. Perez at second base. Here we go. It's a change up. You're right. He did. He watched it the whole way, and it's 3-2. He got in on the hands. It's skyward down the first base line, and this will drift out of play.
one thing that very few teams will do in a situation like this, but it's a really good play. You got everybody in the ballpark, including Perez at second base, concentrating on what Hernandez is going to do. It's a great time for a pickoff play at second. When you get everybody thinking about something else, nice time for Mendick to sneak in back of it.
3-2. Popped up. Yaz is there. Dense tension in the ballpark tonight. Leadoff walk, Giolito's departure, and this is the end run for the Cleveland 8th inning. The Giolito family's ERA is untouched. Yeah. Auditioning for the Sandlot, Lucas.
Coverage cam, and we'll show you the emotions of this game. Most interested spectator in the ballpark knows there's room. You got it. You've got it. Yes, indeed, out of the inning. Still a 0-0 game. And for the second time in as many nights, Evan Marshall was brilliant. Only now will Lucas take congratulations on what he did tonight.
Yeah, there's a fearsome look on his face while the lead was swaying toward Cleveland, and now he goes through the high-five line with a smile on his face. And the Sox will bat here in the 8th with Grandal, Lamb, and Madrigal scheduled against Shane Bieber, who has been unhittable since the 3rd inning. That's down. It's a changeup. 1 ball, 1 strike. He has not thrown many changeups at all. You can count them on one hand
by
tonight.
my count, I think it's 3. And that one was close.
Up high, 2-1. Is this a sign of fringy command from Bieber embarking on his 8th inning tonight?
Well, he hasn't had fringy command yet.
No, nothing fringy about tonight.
No.
Up the ladder, popped up by Yasmani. Ramirez. 1 down. Time now for a preview of what's coming up on White Sox Postgame Live. It's presented by Subaru, and it's presented by Ozzie Guillen and Chuck Garfien. Gents. Ozzie leads the league in throw pillows, by the way. 1 out for Lamb. There's strike 1. I'm with him. I mean, it is so fun to watch these guys work.
But you get 2 great pitchers at the top of their games, and you see them going head-to-head. And that's what we envisioned when we looked at the matchups for this series. And you saw what was ahead on Tuesday night. We both thought, boy, that's going to be a dandy, and it's turned out to be every bit of that and maybe a little bit more.
What's fun is if the schedules match up properly, we'll see this a couple times this year. We saw it twice last year in a shortened season. And by the way, by contrast, the Reds and Giants have just finished their first inning tonight by the Bay. It's 4-4. Wave and a miss, strike 3. 2 gone in the 8th.
High riding fastball, and when every hook is in the zone, you get swings like this. No chance on the high fastball.
You know, you used to go on a road trip and you'd be a couple hours away. You'd start saying to mom and dad or whoever was driving, are we there yet? You kind of feel like that with Bieber tonight. Is he leaving yet? Are we there yet? It's not yet. It's another 1-2 in a moment, but Sox fans, catch the action from a private diamond suite this season. Host your closest friends and family with a customizable food and beverage menu. For more information, call or text 312-674-1000 or visit whitesox.com today.
Well, Tony La Russa is trying to buy an inning with his closer, Liam Hendricks, as he comes into this one. And this is Tony's philosophy. He doesn't feel he has an official closer. The reason being, this is the key part of their lineup. This is Ramirez, Rosario, and Reyes. For the Indians, it doesn't get any tougher than those three. And so when you're looking at the guy that's paid to get you the big outs, that's Liam Hendriks. Tony La Russa knows that you don't get by this inning, it's going to get a whole lot tougher. This is a key inning of the ball game, not necessarily because it's the ninth, which it certainly is, but because the three guys you're facing are the three guys that get it done for the Indians.
It is Ramirez first. And it's a first pitch down low, a breaking ball from Liam Hendriks, who said the other day that he's gone to the metaphysical to help him, and he's done that in his career. I know you have some interesting beliefs about psychology and the metaphysical in pitching. He's gone to a tarot card reader named Ruby for a while now. Liam Hendriks has. He's got some sage spray that he sprayed around his locker to try and reverse his fortunes. He says it puts him in a different state of perception.
Well, look, the great thing about anything you can do to improve yourself is if you believe in it, it works. Doesn't matter what it is. If you believe it's going to work, it works. And that's one of the keys to being a really good major league pitcher, a really good professional pitcher, is belief.
Yeah, whatever it is you believe in that can stabilize you, right?
That's
on
it.
the mound.
Believe in it, and it will work. Everybody has patterns. Everybody has certain things that lead up to their performance. You get a winning pattern, and you go out more times than not and have a winning performance.
That's pinpoint for a strike. 2-2 right on the edge to Ramirez. Strike three. 96 running away, one gone.
The Sox have proven in this short series so far that high fastballs are able to get by Ramirez. This is out of the strike zone. He gets a bat on it. He looks back at Grandal to see if it's in the glove, and it's stuck right there. So that is a huge first out.
If they've run out of serving dishes for helmet Sundays around the ballpark, there's one that we can offer you after that strike three. Here's a really tough customer in Eddie Rosario. Ball one.
I was told by a friend of mine who dealt with the metaphysical world. She said, and know nothing about baseball, and Liam says that Ruby doesn't either. She said to me, you are not good enough to be consistent off the field and then be consistent on the field. You have to get a consistent pattern that allows you to get every bit of the ability you have and bring it to the field, to the mound with you each and every time. That's when I started to develop a pattern that I associated with winning. I felt there were 5 or 6 things I could do. If I did A, B, C, D, and F, G was a win. And when I got ingrained in that pattern, everything turned around. And Liam is in that stage now.
Is that why you go to all the same restaurants on the road?
Well, that and the fact that I can't find my way to any of the others.
But it may make sense, right? You have to be a creature of habit off the mound in order to carry it with you onto the mound.
I think if you're great, you can do anything you want. If you're a guy who's got enough talent to be in the major leagues but not enough talent to star to this point, you get a system. You work the system, and then you get belief that that system is going to work.
To right, Adam Eaton squeezes out number 2. Time now for a message for Powering Chicago. We can use some power.
Who powers Chicago? We do. Powering Chicago's members consistently help create better construction, better careers, and better communities. Powering Chicago. IBEW Local 134, NECA, Chicago.
2 down. Franmil Reyes.
Thinking about a home run, plain and simple. He hasn't had the ball out of the infield yet. He is their most dangerous power hitter. And this is just strength against strength. Lima's not going to fool him with a changeup.
Fastball first, strike one. Now it's an interesting bottom of the ninth for the Sox. You have Danny Mendick first. However, the Sox have a loaded bench. They got a couple bats from the right-hand side, Vaughn and Mercedes. You have the switch-hitting Leury Garcia and a left-hander in Zach Collins available. Then it's back to the top of the order for Eaton and Robert to face Shane Bieber, who's not going to be done for a while, you wouldn't think, unless the Sox make him be done.
No, look, it's a minimum of pitches so far that's gotten Bieber through 8, so you'd assume he's back out there. And the fact that nobody's up in the pen, that's usually a tell.
Yeah, you don't have to live on Baker Street to figure that puppy out.
Nope.
2 strikes on Reyes. 2 managers who are Hall of Fame caliber. Terry Francona has been just marvelous. Tony La Russa already in the Hall of Fame.
And Terry is heading there as soon as he decides to hang him up.
Gotta be.
Yep. Undoubtedly.
Oh, 2 from Hendricks to Reyes. Franmil laid off. It was horizontally inaccurate. 1-2. It was Giolito versus Bieber. Now it is Bieber versus the bullpen. 1-2. Locked him up. Struck him out. Liam Hendricks. A mystical 9th. He hands it right back to the offense. What a night at Guaranteed Rate Field. Bieber and Giolito have provided the quietude from the bats. But now the ballpark soars as Yermin Mercedes gets an out as a pinch hitter against Shane Bieber in the 9th. Mercedes loaded up and popped it up right-hand side, and it is just foul. Just wide.
Boy, that one didn't miss by much, and Doug Eddings on the call. And you know we're not in Hollywood, because in a Hollywood script that bounces right on the line. He winds up at second and scores a winning run in a game. So we'll watch it again. Eddings on the line. He can see it perfectly. And it looks like it just hit to the right of the line. I mean, that is as close as you can get without being fair. And maybe they want to take a look at it. Tony's asking, I think, to take a look at it.
Watch. Did that kick some chalk? Now, the question is, will there be a definitive look?
It looks to me like it hit the outside of the line.
I agree with you. I think I see some white kicking up. Let's see. Well, it's really tough to see. I mean,
yeah.
This is a no-lose challenge for Tony La Russa.
Now, that angle, it looked like it wasn't fair, but the angle before looked like it was. I mean, you're talking about a millimeter, perhaps.
Yeah, now the question is, where do you put him if the ball's fair? I mean, he was halfway between first and second. Now, you know, replay has come under massive scrutiny in the last couple days, and rightfully so, considering the way that call went in the Sunday Night Baseball game between the Phillies and the Braves. So, again, it looked as though the out got made at home plate the other night. And so maybe the replay room has a different view that we don't have. Now, again, they may have a better look at this than our cameras do here in the ballpark, simply because they have just about everything you could possibly want in every ballpark.
Well, look, this is certainly just me, but I give him an inside-the-park home run.
You do?
Yeah.
Is that your rule book in the shredder?
Yeah,
over there in the corner?
I don't think that
Let's see.
I don't think that's going to happen. The question is if they do say it's fair, and apparently they are going to say that it's foul.
It was worth a shot. There's no loss there. You're past the 7th inning, so you're asking for a crew chief review anyway. Good work by the Sox replay room and Tony La Russa. No harm.
As they say, he took a shot.
Yeah, something to do. Yermin Mercedes, the story of the first week of Major League Baseball this year. Which had more break, Bieber's curveball or Mercedes' swat?
He took, for a guy who hasn't seen Bieber in his life, he took that curveball as well as anybody in this lineup tonight, and better than most.
Buzzed him a fastball, maybe because of that. The ballad of Yermin Mercedes is just a couple of bars in, but the harmony is wonderful.
Yermin can hit a curveball. I think he's going to see a slider here. Let's see if he reaches out and gets it.
No need. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I mean, he literally is taking this pitch as well. I don't know how the at-bat is going to turn out, but he's not going out there to get him. And for a young hitter in the major leagues, he's been very impressive in the early going.
2-2 from Bieber. Breaking ball, Mercedes fouls it away. He's gotten the best look at Bieber tonight.
Yeah, it wasn't one of Bieber's best, and he was able to foul it off.
Don't you think, though? This is the most comfortable at bat of the night for the White Sox?
I think he is seeing it as well as anybody, and granted, he's seeing him 91 pitches deep.
High fastball, pop foul, first base side at the fringe, and this is out of play and foul. No chance for Bowers. 7th pitch will come from Bieber to Mercedes, and at the very least, Mercedes is closing Bieber in on the end of the line tonight with a long plate appearance.
Terry Francona is letting Bieber get through this inning because nobody's up in the pen.
Up the middle to second base. It's Cesar Hernandez, and he does get the out. 4-3. So it's now Adam Eaton, who has buzzed a couple of home runs to right field in this homestand. Almost hit him again. He hit him on a bunt try in the 6th inning. Adam Eaton with 10 runs driven in and 10 runs scored in the first 10 games. He is in rare company with Zeke Benora on a leaderboard for the first time.
It's nice to see Zeke make an appearance.
Sharp breaking ball, 1-1. Shane Bieber has spun the hits all night long, breaking stuff after breaking stuff. High fastball there, 2-1. Bieber has yet to walk anybody in this ball game, and by my count, Shane Bieber has yet to get to a 3-ball count tonight. 2-2. To left, he sized it up well on a fastball, and the winning run is at first base in the form of a number 12 jersey.
He gets a fastball. Bieber doesn't get it quite as high as he would like. He got it belt high, and he takes it the other way. The last time Eaton was up in the 6th inning was the last time Bieber has been in the stretch. And just maybe moving to the stretch for one of the few times tonight might disrupt the kind of control that he really needs to get by a couple of home run hitters in Robert and Abreu.
One swing does it. Luis got jammed and popped it foul first base side, but this ballpark is not wide enough for both the second out and Cleveland. Bieber takes a tour of the mound to think it over as he nears 100 pitches. Exceptional work tonight from both starting pitcher. Fastball 0-2. I believe he's got Luis up there thinking breaking ball.
I think later in his career he wouldn't take that, because with Bieber you're not going to hit that curve too often. You've got to sit on the fastball, and that was middle out fastball.
Breaking ball grounded just wide of third.
That was a rolling curveball. That was a mistake. He got away with it. Watch this one again. He tries to get a low and away curveball, and that one just tantalizingly stays right there. That was a mistake. That was pitch number 101, and not one of his betters. He wants to throw a fastball away from Luis.
He did. 1 ball, 2 strikes. ...102 pitches, 24 out of the strike zone.
The lead a little bit bigger at first base, maybe anticipating the slider that might be out of the zone.
Bieber just glanced over there at Eaton. Robert to right field. Naylor coming toward the line to make the play. And 2 gone, with the reigning AL MVP approaching the plate.
Jimenez is coming in, and he's in on the conversation with Perez and Bieber. The reason a shortstop would do that is he wants to know if they're changing the signs, because he wants to know if he's looking in at Perez. He wants to know if they're calling a breaking ball. If he is, he will move a little bit to his right to take away that hole between third and short. If he's going to go fastballs away, he's going to drift to his left, thinking that Abreu will take it up the middle. So right now, he's kind of drifting, playing a straightaway shortstop and maybe favoring the hole to his right.
Didn't get away far enough for Adam Eaton to move.
And Adam looks in. He couldn't read that ball. That ball didn't get by Perez far enough to actually see it. If a base runner can't see it, and there's the slider, he can't take off. Perez has done a great job of blocking everything tonight. Just barely got enough of the glove on it. He wants another slider away.
Ooh, boy, he missed his spot, and Jose's eyes went red.
Last time up, he got a hanger and hit it into center field. Here's a hanging slider. If Jose is going great, Bieber doesn't get away with that one.
But in part, Bieber earns that too, because he's been so exceptional tonight. Eaton at first with the Sox' first hit since the 3rd inning. Ripped through a slider, 1-2, and that was a very good one. Crowd trying to lift Jose with the chant of MVP. One and two coming from Bieber. Jose watches it. Eaton creeps back to first, 2-2.
Well, what you would love to see would be this count go to 3-2. That would mean that Eaton would be running on a very long single, or just about any double he's going to score from first.
Adam has that second gear that's propelled by competitiveness. And you like having that guy as your winning run over at first. 2-2, Bieber to Abreu. Two Titans. Jose tried to check it. He did. It's 3 balls, 2 strikes. He checked his swing. Jose just barely had the willpower.
He tried to heat him upstairs. It's an inside fastball. You got to have very strong wrist to check it up there and get the benefit of the call from Doug Eddings. So now Eaton will be going. However, with Bowers holding him close, you have to guard against the quick pickoff move that we've seen tonight once already with Danny Mendick.
Bieber's hourglass running short on sand tonight, but how short? 3-2 is upstairs, and there are 2 on for Yoan Moncada. First walk tonight from Shane Bieber. Comes to batter number 30.
Well, it goes to show you, when you're late in the ball game and trying to get a little something extra, you're going to hang the ball. He hasn't hung many, but he hung 2 in this sequence to Jose. Fortunately for him, he hung them out of the strike zone, and Jose takes a walk that pushes the winning run to second base.
How aggressive is Yoan Moncada? Breaking ball, got a strike. Didn't figure Bieber would throw him a first pitch fastball. Yoan tormented Cleveland in his 2019 season, his breakout year. He's behind 0-2. Adam Eaton, if he touches home, will win the game for the White Sox. Grounded foul, first base side. This is the most labyrinthine, the longest inning for Shane Bieber. It's the first inning tonight, which has seen the Sox with 2 runners on in the same inning. Struck him out. We're going to extras. No score Bieber and Giolito, the Sox in a game that goes to bonus baseball scoreless for the first time in 8 years. Who will win? Find out with very high to check the run column here tonight. Top of the 10th inning, and Chicago White Sox Charities online auction continues each week. Each auction starts Monday and ends the following Sunday, 7 p.m. All net proceeds benefit Chicago White Sox Charities, and check out the items up for bid at whitesox.com/auction. To the 10th we go.
You got Garrett Crochet in the ball game, and he inherits Franmil Reyes, who made the last out at second base. On for the 4th time. Hasn't given up anything yet in 4 1/3. 6 strikeouts, a couple of walks. Left-handers have not hit him.
There's Reyes at second base. Naylor will stand in against Crochet, and it goes off his glove, and Reyes will be safe at third. Crochet,
if Crochet just
had no, I mean, he picked up the ball and didn't throw it to first.
Well, had he just gotten to the ball, Naylor was not running. I'm not sure exactly why, but last 2 outings for Garrett, he has not fielded his position particularly well.
Now, is there going to be interference here?
It could very well be. Grandal has done that a number of times, and the question is, does it hit the glove? Tony La Russa wants to figure out exactly what's going on.
Yeah, Crochet just needed to throw it to first there.
Yeah, well, I think, though.
But maybe the call was made on interference.
I think Bill Miller said he hits the glove again. And I think it's going to go catcher interference E2 again.
So the play didn't matter at first, and that's why Garrett heard that, and that's why he didn't throw it to first, I guess.
I don't know, but we're seeing a whole lot of that, and now you got a bunter up in Chang.
Hitting for Bowers. Yu Chang, who would love to atone for the error that won the game for the Sox last night. Strike one. Crochet needs a strikeout. In the air, short right-hand side. Eaton's coming in. Eaton is there to make the play. Reyes won't tag, and it's a good idea for Eaton to make that play rather than Madrigal over the shoulder.
And no chance for Nick, because even if he catches it, good base runner tags up and all his momentum going away from the plate. So Adam Eaton did what he had to do. You come in, you call it, you take control, and you make the play. So by one hitter, runners still at first and third.
Now you have Perez, who can give you a double play ball, and Tony La Russa is coming out of the dugout to talk this over with his infield defensively.
Well, he's also going to mention that Perez can bunt. He's one of those catchers that will occasionally lay one down, and that's something to bear in mind. Now, they don't have great speed at third base in Franmil Reyes.
Are you surprised they didn't pinch run for Reyes?
Well, I'm looking at who Terry has available. And, yeah, they have a runner, but if you pinch run and you don't score, then one of your huge bats, a guy that can, get you the lead in a heartbeat, is out of the lineup.
I don't disagree with you. But I think when when you've got the front guy who is a little bit of a speed liability compared to what your alternatives are, it at least goes through your mind. So now a double play ball would end the inning for Garrett Crochet to Perez, the Cleveland catcher. There's ball one. Lucas Giolito went 7 shutout innings for the Sox. Shane Bieber is still the pitcher in the ball game for Cleveland through 9 donut innings. One ball, one strike.
Well, if Yasmani throws a slider, a lot of pressure falls to Grandal to block anything down, because when you're throwing your sliders in the 90s, they become even more difficult to block.
Fastball again, 2-1. Ahmed Rosario's grabbed a bat. He is on deck for Cleveland. He would replace Jimenez, the left-hander. Two one. Broken bat grounder, and this is going to get the run home. Cleveland has taken the lead 1-0 in the top of the 10th inning on an infield single off a broken bat.
It's a fastball, and he gets inside enough. This one couldn't have been rolled out there any better.
So remember, the Sox will have a runner at second base to start the 10th inning. That will be Yoan Moncada. Matt Foster getting loose in the Sox bullpen. A strike on Rosario.
Outfield a couple steps around right of center.
Inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the Sox in the 10th. It'll be Williams, Grandal, and Lamb. Andrew Vaughn, Zach Collins remain on the bench. Big lead at second base for Naylor. Crochet spun him a slider, 1-2.
Early in Naylor's career, he could steal some bases. Early in his minor league career, he stole 10, but lately, not a threat to steal a base. However, you can't completely disregard anybody.
Big leg kick that time, and a fastball off the plate down. Two and two. Well hit to left center, up the alleyway. Cleveland will get one here. Naylor is home. Perez to third. It is 2-0 Tribe.
Rosario, one of those guys that came over in the Lindor deal, and he got a fastball. It's down the middle, and he drives it into the gap.
So now Jordan Luplow has grabbed a bat. He will swing, and he's going to face Matt Foster. Crochet will come out. Foster will come in. Luplow, who demolishes left-handed pitching, will not face a left-hander. and it will be Foster. So the Sox will have a run at this thing in the 9th, but you got to hope to keep it to 2-0.
That's going to be it for Crochet, and he will is Matt Foster. He comes on for the 5th time. The ERA, well, you can see he's had some problems. Hopefully he gets it under control and uses a combination of a straight change and a fastball to help get out of this inning. To this point, 2 is all you want to give him, but he inherits runners at 2nd and 3rd and only 1 out.
So Luplow will continue to hit for Gamble here. Luplow, who again is big-time trouble, left-handed pitcher, is not the same type of guy against right-handers, but still a capable major leaguer, obviously. And then Cesar Hernandez and Jose Ramirez to follow, so these 2 outs are big for a couple reasons. Infield in, Foster, strike 1.
You don't have much speed at 3rd either, and with the infield in, anything hit to them, it's not going to score a run.
One ball, 1 strike from Foster to Luplow. The Sox again will have Williams, Grandal, and Lamb in the 10th inning. Vaughn and Collins remain on the bench. Shane Bieber has thrown 9 scoreless tonight for Cleveland. Wave and a miss. High changeup. 1-2. Finally, the Cleveland bullpen has life.
Karinchak loosening up, and he is the hard-throwing right-hander. However, occasionally that control deserts him.
And the Sox, to their credit, have been very patient this year. One and 2 from Foster to Luplow. 2-2. White Sox and Indians will play again tomorrow. 7:10 first pitch. We're on the air at 6:30. Zach Plesac against Carlos Rodon, your pitching matchup. Two and 2. Struck him out. Good change. 2 down.
Set him up with some high fastballs and wipes him out with a very good change, bottom of the zone.
So Cesar Hernandez, the Sox hope, is the final hitter of this 10th inning. Strike 1 to Hernandez, who's not gotten a ball out of the infield today. Not many have. Ground ball to short, ground ball to first, foul pop to the catcher his night tonight with a walk in the 6th. That's the mix that got Foster to where he got last year. Fastball, changeup.
Yeah, high fastball, a variety of changeups, usually low and out of the zone to the left-handers. Very effective all of last year. He's just got off to a rough start, but he is a lot better than that.
On 2, Foster. That was a change, and it's grounded foul, first base side. For folks asking why early in the inning the runner got to go to third on the interference, it's because you can take the result of the play if you're Cleveland, and so you get the runner along to third in that situation. 0-2. It's down.
So what could have happened if Crochet catches the ball, freezes Reyes at second, throws to first? What would have happened was Reyes would have stayed at second, and the runner would go to first, and it would have been first and second, nobody out because of the catcher's interference.
And that's why you play through the quote-unquote whistle, as they talk about. 1-2. Blooper over second base. Madrigal is there to make the play, and we'll see if that rescues a Sox comeback in the bottom of the 10th inning. It would take 2 to tie, 3 to win. Nick on the move, squeezes the final out. Williams, Grandal, and Lamb scheduled. Runner at second, and don't miss a minute of the fun by following the White Sox on TikTok. See your favorite players up close, catch up on game highlights, and brush up on the latest dance moves all in one place. Follow at White Sox on TikTok today.
New pitcher in the ball game, James Karinchak. He's got a big fastball. Minor league career, he only threw a grand total of 5 home runs. Most he ever threw in one season was 2. So he's got really good stuff. The only question mark is, can he consistently keep it in the zone? That's what he's done so far. A couple of walks in 3 innings. Normally that's not particularly good.
Last year, 53 strikeouts for Karinchak in 27 innings. Contact at a premium against Karinchak. And that was a big-time cross-up and a strike. And credit to Bill Miller, who stayed right there with it.
Except that it hit right off the hand of Perez. And if this is a loss, if this hand is hurt badly enough, that cross-up on the first pitch is going to be very costly for the Indians. He's looking at the finger. You watch it here. He's looking fastball. He gets the knuckle curve and then catches it in the thigh, and it looks like the ring finger on the right hand.
Yeah, I'm going to say this. I think it's a little bit interesting that Karinchak's not over there with his catcher.
Well, it looks like he's going to be okay. And now he is going out and saying, number 1, I'm sorry, and number 2, what are the signs again?
Yeah, one's a fastball.
Right.
Look, I mean, his stuff is menacing in the first place. His fastball is 95, 96, 97. He throws that sharp hook. And I know the crowd booed, but that was a strike. And Bill Miller stayed with it very well.
It was absolutely a strike.
Yep. High fastball, 1-1. Moncada at second. He made the final out of the 9th inning. And so he's the runner to start this 10th. One and two. Ball and 2 strikes. Karinchak to Williams, looking for his first White Sox hit. Upstairs, a fastball, 2-2. That's a curveball here.
Well, if he can throw anything like the first one, if indeed Perez calls for it and he's able to catch it, yeah, it's a pretty effective pitch. It's pretty much a 12-6. It's almost straight over the top and goes straight down.
Agent 99 was on his own mission on the first pitch. 2-2. That's another high fastball, and it's 3-2 from Karinchak.
This becomes a big pitch because Karinchak gets into some real bad control periods where he just can't get the ball over the plate.
Fidgety. James Karinchak on the mound. Moncada at second. Williams the batter. Three and two from Karinchak. Fastball busted him.
High fastball, throws it right by him. A little tardy on the swing and not a good night for Nick.
So Yasmani Grandal, who used his head to win the game last night, will try to use his bat to tie this one in game 2. Karinchak steadies into the first pitch, and it's a high fastball to Yasmani, ball 1. Team leader in walks, Grandal. Half of his hits, a double and a homer, and there's that curveball for a strike. It's a surprise party. He hasn't thrown many of them.
Yeah, you just really have to hope that he doesn't hit with that because it breaks so sharply. And you have a tendency to give up on it when it's upstairs, and then it drops to belt level, and you can't pull the trigger.
One ball, one strike. Top of the zone, it was a strike, and it's 1-2. Bill Miller has had a really nice night at the plate.
Yes,
the crowd doesn't like it, but that was a strike. As sharply umpired of a plate as we've seen all season. Grandal. That's Rosario playing to the right of the bag. And 2 out for the Sox in this 10th inning. And the tying run will continue to roll to the plate. This time it's Jake Lamb. End of spring training, the Sox needed a bat and went to Jake Lamb, who was productive in very short time in Oakland last year. Former 6th round pick of the Diamondbacks, who hit 30 home runs in 2017. He almost got hit.
That almost clipped off the lead elbow.
Moncada at third. Lamb takes ball 2. Now look. You think he throws him a curveball here? You think he feels comfortable enough to throw it for a strike again?
No, I think he throws him a fastball. And although you'd like to see a walk, Lamb is a home run hitter. You got to sit on a fastball and see if he can take it out.
2-0. It's a high curveball, 3-0. He had been throwing it for a strike in the inning. Swinging.
You need another base runner, but I got to give him the green light.
you need power too.
Yeah,
I mean, at some point you got to drive the runs in. It's a high strike.
Well, even if he is swinging, that's not the pitch you want.
Time called. Lamb fiddling with the timing of Karinchak a little bit. It started with Bieber and Giolito both untouched in the run column. First runs came across in the top of this 10th inning. Lamb swings through 95. It's a full count.
That was the first real hittable pitch he had. It was thigh high, inner portion, but he couldn't catch up to it.
Karinchak trying to close it for Bieber, who went 9 shutout innings, 11 strikeouts, just 3 hits. Lamb calls for time again, just trying to rile up the young right-hander Karinchak maybe.
As tough as it is, you got to lay off the high fastball here. He has a tendency to throw things up and out of the zone.
Low target, 3-2. Lamb in the air, right field. Naylor back at the wall. He makes the catch. In June, it's a tie ball game. In the chill of April, the Indians win 2-0 in 10 in a brilliant game.
Well, Shane Bieber, you saw the sense of relief. Jake Lamb almost took it out of the ballpark. He got a pitch down to his liking and just missed hitting it out. This was a dandy of a pitching matchup. At the end, the Indians were a bit better, but 2 more left in the series. I'm looking forward to them, and I will see you tomorrow.
Sounds great. Exceptional effort from both pitchers tonight. You have a little more business to do.
Yes, let's take a look at the upcoming schedule presented by Volkswagen. 2 more with the Indians, and then it's on to Boston, and we see the Indians again before an off day in Texas comes to town. So that's what's up and coming for the Sox.
Sox fall today, but a lot of reasons to love the pitching performance from Lucas Giolito and the bullpen. But late, Cleveland a little bit better. So for our producer, Chris Withers, our director, Andrew Blaustein, our associate producer, Chris Kamka, and our entire wonderful crew, the best in the business. For Joe Group, our stage manager, he's Steve Stone. I'm Jason Benetti. Farewell from Guaranteed Rate Field.